Facebook Live shortly.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Drop Off Line Sports is, again, live this morning from Cape San Blas in what is a beautiful day so far. Day number 2 here on vacation. Now, I don't know where the Star has yet to make an appearance just yet. I think the Star's still asleep, to be honest with you. So we'll go over a couple of things. I'm going to try to give you some shots of some different areas a little bit later on today, provided I get some connection, and hopefully this connection lasts the way that it is. But got a couple of things from yesterday that I missed, and Tony and Chris Hagan, apparently, according to you on Twitter and on social media, did a great job filling in on the show, and I appreciate that a great deal. The news of Lance Stevenson was, well, it was huge because people don't want to see Lance Stevenson leave. So we'll start there with that. And I know that's been reported that they could end up bringing him back for a smaller number, but they want to have as much flexibility. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Colleen. Financially as possible. Because they're going to go after some free agents. I don't know necessarily if it's going to be an unrestricted free agent we're talking about here, because I've mentioned Marcus Smart before. I know some of you like him a great deal, some of you don't, but I think Marcus Smart is the guy that they may try to get, and he's a restricted free agent. That's going to cost a lot of money. Good morning, Rick. Good morning, Colleen. I'd agree with you, though. I don't really see there to be much of a reason not to bring Lance back. There has to be some common ground here. This is the only place he's ever worked in the NBA. Worked out well, and people love him, and he is still meaningful to this team beyond just a fan favorite, so find a way to bring him back. That's what I say. Good morning, Brian Crow, man. Thank you, Bobcat of Indy, for having us here. Good morning, Jennifer. Oh, look who's down there. Look who's walking. Look who's walking in her Indiana State shirt. There she is down there. A little walking on the beach here this morning. Anyway, good morning to you guys. Thank you, Bobcat of Indy. Rick Clark says they better not lose him to someone else like Boston. BT Dude, good morning to you, my brother. Good to see you. Listen, I just don't know where Lance has never worked anywhere. And what I mean by worked anywhere, he's only worked here. He has only worked here. Every place else, from Charlotte to the Clippers to the Pelicans, Minnesota. He's never worked anyplace else, so it does make sense here. And it also makes sense, I guess, to make sure you have the most money to do flexibility-wise what you want to do. But it does bum me out, just like everybody else. It does. How's the spa for your wife and deli for you? Yeah, we're not at that portion of the vacation just yet. Corey is here, too. Is the Star still sleeping? The Star is still sleeping. Her brother is still sleeping, and I have no idea where they are. See, I'll turn it around here. These are kind of the doors to where we are right now. As you can see, I'll hang this over a little bit. That's how you get out to the beach. Little walkway, and this is what I have to have is down here. Let me make sure I get that. There's a pool down here. So just one house, one beach walkway right there. And I don't know if you can see in the distance, some people are actually walking down there, and it's been awesome 2 days. I mean, it's been an awesome 2 days down here. Good morning, Becky. Yeah, exactly. I'm letting them sleep because it's vacation time. But I'm going to go try to see if I can catch some crabs, like blue crabs, today. What? Is it?
Much hotter today than yesterday.
Much hotter today than yesterday. That's what she says over there. Hey, look. There's a cameo appearance from Christy. Hello.
There's no air whatsoever.
No air down here. We're all going to suffocate. That's trouble. Yeah, there's plenty of beer. Listen, hey, BT, we've got 7 bottles of bourbon downstairs, brother. We're all good. We are all good. Any questions while we're here regarding the Pacers? We can do that really quick. Oh, look, there's Todd. Oh, there's Todd over there, too. Hey, say hi, Todd. There yeah, people are just now getting up. This is, like I said, this is our walkway. Our closest neighbors here are right there. If you can see. It's an awesome place. I mean, it really is. It is about as private. Seriously, that's about as many people on the beach as we've seen all week. It is incredibly private and incredibly awesome. Hey, Becky Walt says hello. Say hi. There she is over there. Corey says, last time I saw her make an appearance, you were all doped up getting your knee cut on. Yes, that's true. Any good cigars to go with that bourbon? I'm not a cigar guy, but we got plenty of bourbon down there. There's no doubt. This is from Elizabeth. Thoughts on Harden getting MVP versus LeBron James? He got the MVP for the season. LeBron wasn't going to get the MVP for the regular season. I guess you kind of saw that coming a little bit, right? That was a regular season thing. Good morning, Heath. I'm glad everything went okay with your job interview, my man. That's awesome. BT says private beach equals naked JMV sunbathing. I'm telling you what, we get right down there. That's where we hang. The music is not on yet this morning, but it will be coming up in just a little bit. Hey, Victor Oladipo was the most improved player in the NBA this season, too. That was to nobody's surprise. Maybe a big surprise was Kevin Pritchard was not the executive of the year, and he finished third. Although not a lot of people happy with Kevin Pritchard right now, considering the whole Lance thing. But he finished third in the voting. And then I think one team didn't even vote. We're guessing that's probably OKC, I guess. Good morning, Aaron in Greenfield. Kurt is back at WIBC watching as well. I'll give you another view of exactly where we are here on Cape San Blas. See if you can see. I don't know if you can see much around there. But anyway, those are some homes that are to the immediate, what would that be? West, yeah, about west, immediate west right there. So anyway, I'm going to try to show you some more things. We're going to go down to the bay at some point. We'll show you that, which is awesome. Becky's asking if we went to Disney. No, that's supposedly still on the table coming up here a little bit later on. I'd like to walk it off the table, though. I don't know about it. Yeah, I know. Morning, Pete. Would Lance want to come back if the Pacers offered him? Here's the other part about Lance we may not know. There may already be something in the works saying, "Hey, we're gonna work you back in. Let us be as flexible as possible. We still want you back." Now I know it's a business and they can just cut you loose at any time, but there might be. Remember how Kevin Pritchard told us that he and Paul George were having private conversation and he felt good about how Paul George was going to come back. And you know how he got dead in that, right? But there already could be some type of agreement. Hey, we want you back, but we want the most cap flexibility right now to go out and get a free agent or a restricted free agent. So I would not sign off on Lance being gone just yet, honestly. All right. Doesn't look like the star is going to come out today, so we're going to go ahead and go. Thank you, Bobcat of Indy, for sponsoring us, even while we're on vacation. Drop Off Line Sports. It is pretty awesome view here, Doug. There's no doubt. It is a good view. It is a good place. There's the pool right down there, and let's see, a little sunshine in that direction. You guys see? Okay, trying. Yeah. Scott Yaney says there must be something to wanting Lance 4.3. I would agree. I want him back too, Scott, but I don't honestly know if this group would do him that way unless they. I don't know. Listen, we saw what Paul George did last year. A lot of people thought maybe Paul George wouldn't do the Pacers that way. They did him bad. So, thank you, Dawn. We'll see. I just don't think the door is completely shut on Lance like a lot of people, so we'll be watching that over the course of the next couple of weeks for sure. Anyway, Drop Off Line Sports live from Cape San Blas. Thank you, Bobcat of Indy. We'll check in with you over the course, hopefully, of the afternoon if we get some connection a little bit later on today. Yeah, I know. The only thing that's really bad about this scene is this face right here, which is getting bronzed and tanned right now. There's no doubt. Colleen says, I hate it when I get a phone call during your Facebook Live. I do too. That happens to me all the time too. Well, what I meant by that, Scott, is what they're doing. I don't think that they've completely signed off on Lance. I just think they want to have that cap flexibility to try to do something else. So, I mean, it probably is a disservice, but I think that's something you could probably live with, his 4.3, and be just fine. That's too bad. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I think you just kind of take the chance on the market not being good for Lance, as it hasn't been. And really the only place that he has worked is this place, right? Are you thinking they're going to get Kevin Love? No, I think they're going to go really hard after Marcus Smart. And a lot of people think that I'm pro Marcus Smart, which I guess I've been talked into it. but he can't shoot. That's a problem. But he can defend. He's a really good defender. That'd give him 3 really good defenders in the lineup. And I think he's kind of got that. He's kind of got guts, moxie, so on and so forth that this team needs. So I would say that that's who they probably make a run on. They probably make a run on Marcus Smart, and he's a restricted free agent. That's going to cost him a lot of money. I know Aaron Gordon's been mentioned. I saw last night that Will Barton of the Nuggets has been mentioned, and Tyreek Evans has been mentioned as well. So I'm not a big Tyreek Evans guy. But we'll see what happens. And Tony will have you. I think Greg and Tony later on today, coming up at 3 o'clock, will have you set regarding the latest on Lance and the Pacers and free agency, so on and so forth. We've had a good connection today. I can't complain about this whatsoever. Sean, good morning. Darnell, good morning. We'll see if the Star joins us a little bit later on today. We might do an afternoon version of this coming up. Brought to you by Bobcat of Indy. Drop Off Line Sports is live on Cape San Blas in Florida on a Tuesday. Hopefully we'll talk with you a little bit later on today. Again, check out Tony later on today at 3 o'clock. Don't miss a minute of the show. And we'll talk with you again later on this afternoon. Brought to you by Bobcat.